The quarter notes represent 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes represent 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 16th notes represent 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So essentially we're playing in between the rhythms we played before while keeping the spacing even. We're playing in common time or 4/4 time, which means 4 quarter notes per measure. For beginners, you should find this to be at your speed, especially in the early tempos, 60, 70, and 80 beats per minute. This is an endurance exercise. If you find yourself getting tired physically or mentally, stop the exercise and continue to revisit it until your ability to focus in this space expands. For the more advanced players, this is a great opportunity to work on the muscle control associated with your timing. Using the space and subdivision is primary in our execution of live and recorded performance. The better you execute this, the more positive your response to the band and the audience. Still right hand lead here, and let's explore a softer dynamic. Pay attention to what your hands are doing. Watch your wrists. Watch your distance from the practice pad. You can use velocity-driven techniques to work specifically on dynamics, which involves increasing and decreasing volume as well as accenting and other techniques. I've added a few instances in this exercise to illustrate the point. Beginners, feel free to play through these at whatever level you can manage. Though I'm teaching you through the extension of a particular exercise, I really would like this to function as if you had another drummer or musician sitting with you, interacting with you musically. You can mirror this by playing this exercise with your favorite recording and pretending that you're in the band. The great thing about this workout is you will continue to get better the more you use this particular resource, and this recorded version of me will eventually be trying to keep up with you. I think we've gotten to the point where we can alternate. Feel free to lead with your preferred hand. They'll both be getting a workout today. I really wanted to create something worth it to those interested in working on the details of their playing that had a problem really digging in. Playing with a metronome can sometimes feel like you're floating, especially when you aren't playing in between those spaces. You'll hear moments where I'm not so locked in with the metronome, but I find a way to lock back in. Over time and with regular practice, you'll find that you'll lock in more and more, and the act of focusing on the metronome becomes a natural instinct, like playing with a bandmate or reacting to your favorite song. You know your timing is getting better when you can hear the errors. Concentration and focus will become essential tools as you develop your craft, but think of them as the building blocks of a house, and know you don't have to build the whole house today. Starting with a brick at a time and continuing to add will prove much more valuable in the long run. Don't force the completion of the exercise. This can produce sloppy technique that isn't sustainable. For more advanced players, if you're gaining more control of your subdivisions and you'd like to up this exercise, feel free to play against this exercise starting with 8th notes, then 16th notes, then 32nd notes. Basically, the leading hand would play all the hits represented in this exercise, and the other hand would play all the notes in between. If you have any questions, message me or comment. I'll be happy to elaborate. New tempo here. Take your time to hear the new meter and adjust your body's response. New tempo here. Take your time to hear the new meter and adjust your body's response. All right, we did it. See you tomorrow. Check out my website, mrgranville.com, for special events and private lessons. Make sure you subscribe so you can get updates about new drum devotion play-alongs as well.